Guys, Willie here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2024 Mercedes-Benz GLE 53 AMG Coupe.
And a big thanks to Crown Eurocars in St. Petersburg, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new premium or performance vehicle in the St. Pete, Clearwater, Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out.
And as most of you guys probably know by now, the GLE replaced the ML name as the Mercedes-Benz midsize SUV back in 2015. Coming along with the new GLE name was the all-new GLE Coupe that you see here. And for 2024, we get an interior and exterior facelift along with a new powertrain for the GLE. For 2024, the GLE Coupe is only available as an AMG using the top two GLE power plants, including the Monster 63 AMG with the 4-liter twin-turbo V8 and mild hybrid system, cranking out a combined 603 horsepower, 627 pound-feet of torque, enough to get the GLE Coupe to 60 in 3.5 seconds, competing with vehicles like the X6M from BMW. Here we have the slightly less aggressive 53 AMG, featuring the higher output 3-liter turbo inline 6-cylinder, also with a mild hybrid system here, cranking out 429 horsepower, 384 pound-feet of torque, enough to get the GLE Coupe to 60 in the mid to high 4-second range, with a base price a tick under 90,000 bucks. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, you notice the bold styling. We get the slotted grille for this AMG 53. We don't get the illuminated front AMG badge, but we still get the front-facing camera, full front parking sensing 360, LED headlamps with dual projector beam LEDs and an LED daytime running setup right outside of it. Really bold styling. It's a little bit different compared to the updated non-coupe GLE, but to be expected, the coupe should be a little bit differently styled. The wheel and tire setup, we get these AMG specific 21-inch rims up front. They're contrasted with a skinnier 275/45 R21 Continental cross contact all season tire. So although it's a skinnier 275 wide tire, the 275s are still super beefy with even beefier 315s out rear. We have drilled rotors too, quad piston AMG brake caliper, all body color for the wheel well area, and an additional side sensor helping us out at 360. Turbo 4MATIC badge on the fender area, additional camera on the mirror to help out the 360. Mercedes-Benz etched on this LED turn signal on this black contrasted mirror. We get blind spot monitoring on the glass to be expected. Black trim for the window trim, dark tints out rear, and a panoramic moonroof with some body color behind it. I kind of wish they continued the black theme for the entire roof. It doesn't all have to be glass, but if it was all blacked out for the roof, I think it would look a little bit cleaner. We get 4-door smart access, a running board out for the side, and this doesn't have a lot of ground clearance, so you don't need the running board, but it does make the exterior styling look a little bit more rugged. And styling wise, I actually prefer this over a BMW X6, and interior wise, I would also have to agree. Out rear, we have a smaller brake caliper, but still a 21-inch black and silver contrasted rim. And as we mentioned, we get 315 wide tires. They're a 40 series sidewall, but compared to the aspect ratio, it's about the same as the profile up front. So we'll see how the ride quality is with these slightly skinnier tires. The 450 we just reviewed in this channel had 50 series square tires with 275 wide. But here we have a little bit more power, and with the larger wheels, it's nice to have the upgraded width. We get an additional side sensor for the rear, parking sensing, full LED taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights. AMG badge in the corner, GLE 53 in the opposite corner. We get quad exhaust tips. They're black finished, full rear parking sensing, trailer hitch. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly what this GLE 53 is rated to tow. And speaking of the black quad exhaust tips, let's fire up this 3-liter high output inline 6-cylinder turbo and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the higher output 3-liter straight 6 turbo sold by Mercedes-Benz for the 2024 GLE 53 AMG Coupe, and it sounds really good for a 6-cylinder turbo, cranking out a really healthy 429 horsepower and now at 413 pound-feet of torque. I mentioned before it was 384 pound-feet, but now it's 413, enough to get this GLE 53 Coupe to 60 in 4.5 seconds, making it a no-joke performer. You can upgrade to the 63 Coupe, and that'll do 60 in 3.5 seconds. But still really impressive here with the 53. We can shut this hood right down, take a step back, walk around this really aggressive 53 Coupe AMG. Before we do that, let's take a quick look at this center badge. It's a little bit different compared to the 450 we just reviewed. It says Affalterbach AMG badge in the front instead of the classic Mercedes star. We'll take a quick look at this window sticker before hopping inside for this 2024 AMG GLE 53 Coupe. With an $89,800 base price, you can see all the standard features. It comes really loaded out the box, but we are also almost fully loaded here with almost $20,000 in options. Starting with the $1,750 Alpine Gray paint color, $1,810 for the exclusive black Napa leather with diamond stitching, $850 for the black piano lacquer flowing lines and wood trim, $160 for the wheel locks, $170 for the all-season front and rear floor mats, $35 for the first aid kit, $450 for the winter package. That's also really necessary for a Florida car, $200 for the 21-inch rims, $2,800 for the 465 AMG active ride control, $600 for the trailer hitch, $860 for the 4-zone climate, $1,600 for the black microfiber headliner, $650 for the illuminated running boards, $550 for the soft closed doors, $1,950 for the driver assistance package. You can pause, take a look at everything that comes available with that. $750 for the AMG night package, same thing, you can pause, take a look, and $3,300 for the pinnacle trim, which makes this a fully loaded 53 AMG with an $1,150 destination and delivery charge. We're totaled out a tick under 110,000 bucks. We still get really good fuel economy, 20 mpgs combined, 18 city, 22 on the highway, barely worse compared to the regular 450 non-AMG with a lower output 3-liter straight 6 turbo motor. As far as the interior though, we'll take a step inside and really check it out. So we get stitched trim. My camera just overheated, so I had to start up this 2024 GLE 53 AMG. It is a hot one today. According to this car, it says 97 degrees, and I definitely believe it. I wouldn't be surprised if it was over 100. But anyway, continue along. We get stitch trim up top, unlike the 450 we just reviewed. Napa leather armrest. It is gushy soft, 4-window auto one touch, lockers, 4-way adjustable mirrors, power folding mirrors, aluminum door handle, fully adjustable seats, 3-person memory. You can recline, drop, lift, slide, adjust the thigh support, and adjust the headrest, all from the door panel. You get heated and ventilated front seats, Burmeister audio system, and this thing bumps. We get an illuminated AMG nameplate as we step inside, running boards as we mentioned, Napa leather diamond quilted AMG specific seats. We don't get lumbar control on the seats, unfortunately. I don't think we get lumbar control at all with these seats. That's probably my only complaint, but the seats themselves are extremely comfortable and very sporty. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So outside of the color pattern and this really aggressive steering wheel, not much has changed compared to the 450 we just reviewed in this channel, but the steering wheel is thick. It's just like a BMW M wheel, except we get a flat bottom, perforated 9-3 area, 10-2 is very solid bolstering, 9-3 fits perfect in your hand. The Mercedes horn area is stitched, hopefully you can pick it up on camera. The horn, loud and aggressive, people should be definitely getting out of your way. We don't get dual pane windows, but it's a very thick single pane of glass. Ton of buttons on the steering wheel. It's a little bit overwhelming when you're just getting into it, but it's pretty simple. The radar cruise controls all adjusted right here. Volume controls, you can hang up and answer your phone calls, voice commands, and favorites. On the left side, you can adjust this digital gauge display. It's a 12.3-inch digital gauge display. On the right side, you can adjust the 12.3-inch touchscreen. The gauge display, as you mentioned, we can check out all the adjustments. Right now we're looking at G-force. You can see your vehicle information, coolant temperature information, blank screen, map. That's probably my personal favorite to look at all times. Sirius XM music, consumption, from reset, from start, and right back to where we started. As you mentioned, my personal favorite would be to look at the map at all times, so we will leave it there. It says AMG down below, fuel level on the left side, power to charge ratio, and the gear that we're currently in on the right. It's all outlined in aluminum. The stocks have a very satisfying click to them. Auto headlamps, auto high beams. The headlamps are adjusted over here. We have the interior brightness, fog lights, electronic parking brake on the left side, power tilt and telescopic steering wheel, and we get auto rain sensing wipers to be expected at this price point. The gear selector is on the right side. It is a stock. We can check out the backup camera real quick. It is really high resolution, guidance lines and trajectory with an over-the-top 360. Ton of different parking views. You can check out the actual parking camera with parking assist, forward-facing camera with an over-the-top 360. Backup camera you can isolate. Blind spot cameras, you can see exactly what's going on in your blind spot so you don't rub your wheels against the curb. Same thing for the opposite side. Auto camera, which is just an over-the-top fisheye view 360, and an over-the-top trailer hitch view so you can line up your trailer hitch to its receiver. Throwing right back in a park, and we return right back where we were. That's pretty convenient. Most German cars just leave you in that backup camera screen. We have a heads-up display here too, and it's a really high-resolution, large display, large tack, large speedometer display. We have this piano black wood trim too, stitching all for the dashboard. Massive speaker for the top part of the dashboard, and 12.3-inch touchscreen. You can adjust it by touch. You can adjust it by touch sensor on the steering wheel, or you can adjust it with a touch-sensitive trackpad. My personal favorite would be to just adjust it with my fingers for the touchscreen. We take a quick look at the navigation screen. It's a 3D display with unbelievable resolution, great response, literally just like an iPhone. Huge thumbs up to Mercedes for the display. You can see the phone, radio, media, apps. We get wireless, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto now for 2024. Comfort, you can adjust the climate all through touch. Off-road settings, I'm sure nobody's taking a $110,000 Mercedes off-road, but you still get off-road information with the drive information, suspension, pitch, and roll. You can also check out different views, the position, warm-up, engine data, drive, and right back where we started. The suspension, you can adjust between that, warm up, engine data, drive, so exact same thing. Altitude on the right side with a compass all the way down below. We have the hill descent control for the downhill assist and a trail camera so you can see everything around so you don't fall off of a cliff. We also have performance AMG pages. You can see your fuel consumption, IWC. Again, not quite sure what that stands for. Let me know in the comment section. Engine torque to power ratio and the overall vehicle information as well. The suspension, pitch and roll, grade, DSR on the right side, and that's about it. My personal favorite to look at all times would actually probably be this performance page, so we'll leave it here. You press this button, access your G-force, and this is exactly where I will personally leave it. The brake to accelerator percentage, you can see as I press on the brake it changes up, as I press on the throttle it also changes up. And since we have the electronic parking brake engaged, the brake is automatically locked at 53, 52%. Beneath that, we get some aluminum trim and 4 air vents. That's one thing that I've noticed with the GLEs. They really focus on the air conditioning for the front passengers. Very convenient. They focus out rear too with 4-zone climate control. One thing that BMW does not do, this can sell this car just by itself over an X6 with an M Sport package, is we have hard buttons. The new iDrive 8 systems do not get hard buttons for the climate, and we get hard buttons for the heated and ventilated seats. All huge thumbs up for me for Mercedes. We get a little piano black cover for this charge port, 2 USB-C ports, and pretty large cup holders. You can also access vents or heated function for the cups, so if you have hot coffee, you can leave it hot. If you have a cold drink, you can leave it cold with these flappy things to keep the drinks in place. Hopefully you mentioned the wireless charging pad. Hopefully you guys can also pick up the aluminum pedals with a floor-mounted accelerator pedal. We mentioned the power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. We also have a heated steering wheel right over there. The latch to open up the hood is right down below underneath your lighting controls. Continuing along, we get that trackpad, as you mentioned, with shortcuts, return, skip, home screen, navigation shortcuts, radio, media, and telephone. On the left side, we have our drive mode selector. We have snow mode, intelligent mode or individual mode, comfort, which leaves everything in comfort mode, sport, which makes things a little bit more sensitive, and sport plus. First thing you notice in sport plus, this exhaust gets more aggressive. Hopefully you can pick that up on camera. We'll start the review off in Sport Plus, transition to Comfort real quick, and just see what the differences are. We have a camera that we can access at all time, vehicle settings you can access at all time, adjust the heads-up display, car wash mode, downhill speed recognition. You can lower the car with the air suspension, Parktronic, you turn off the parking sensors if you're off-roading, that's convenient, so the automatic braking is not just slamming on the brakes. Active lane keep assist, active steering assist, and active stop and go. You also get interior protection, tow away alarm, and you can see all your settings as well. You press this button one more time and nothing changes. You got to actually press the home screen and right back to where we started by pressing the AMG performance gauges. Favorites behind that, nice little leather armrest to hold your hand while you're using the trackpad. Behind that you can adjust this air suspension with a click of a button. The materials here are all gushy soft Nappa leather too. Gushy soft armrest. You can check out the storage. It's impressive. You'll fit probably 5 or 6 1-liter bottles of soda, an additional USB-C port. nice. The glove box, it's stitched, the latch is plastic, but it's outlined in aluminum, and we have a massive glove box. The second tier won't allow us to fit any license plates, but we get a light back here. Not quite sure what else the function for that would be. Let me know in the comment section, but outside of the license plate not being able to fit here, you can fit so many car accessories. Truly one of the more practical glove boxes in the business, and it felt like there was an air conditioning vent in there as well. We have a fully stitched dashboard, frameless auto-dimming rear view mirror with 3 garage HomeLink settings on it. We have LED interior lighting too. Panoramic moonroof, as we saw outside. We can open up the shade, check out the glass opening, and it looks absolutely massive. So although the roof itself isn't completely blacked out, this opening portion of a moonroof is absolutely huge. I can't imagine it coming out all the way, but as long as it comes out to the end of the front row, I can't complain. And it comes literally all the way to the end of the front row. Not quite sure why the shade is closing, but yeah, that's about it. That's as far as it goes out. Pretty wide opening. It is a hot one today in St. Petersburg, Florida though. Sunny and 97 degrees according to this AMG 53 GLE Coupe. We can shut this roof right up. We'll leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you can see how much light is brought into the cabin. But overall, that's about it for the front seat. We get a suede Alcantara headliner as we saw on the window sticker too. Leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you can see how much space or light is brought into the cabin. And that's about it for the front seat of this 2024 GLE 53 AMG. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. So we still get stitched leather up top with that piano black wood trim, Burmeister audio system. Just one speaker on the rear door panel. It's gushy soft for the armrest, auto one touch for the window, aluminum door handle, and a solid amount of storage down below. We have a floor plate, aluminum floor plate. It's not an illuminated nameplate like it was up front, which is odd because the 2024 GLE 450 we reviewed had an actual nameplate out back. The running boards continue though. The rear seats are Alcantara contrasted just like the outlines up front. Quilted perforated Napa leather seats. They're not heated or ventilated out rear. The 450 we reviewed also didn't have heated or ventilated rear seats, but for the AMG 53 it would be nice to have. The seats themselves though, they look very sporty, very comfortable for a back seat. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall sitting behind my seat settings. My glasses just fell off my head. And I still have at least 6-7 inches of knee room, just like the non-coupe regular SUV. Headroom, I do lose about 2 inches of headroom. I still have 1 inch, maybe 2, thanks to that cutout. Mercedes definitely thought that through for the coupe. But overall, I'm definitely comfortable back here. If you're under 6'4", 6'5", you should be able to sit behind your seat settings with no problem. I appreciate the 4-zone climate control. We had air vents not only part of the center console, but also part of the B-pillar. The pillars are also surrounded in this suede Alcantara trim. Ton of light brought into the cabin thanks to this massive panoramic moonroof. Overall, really comfortable back here. The voice commands for some reason are listening to me back here. I must have said a keyword. We have a center armrest. You can pull it by a rope. It's not the softest leather, but it's soft enough. You'll fit 24-ounce bottles and a shot glass in the center. Not quite sure what exactly that would be for. The interior lights back here are LED. The button's actually on the left side. This thing on the right side is a hook. We don't have a grab handle, but it's still nice to get hooks on both sides of your back seat of the GLE 53. That's about it though, guys, for the back seat. Let's check out the cargo space real quick, see how much of a compromise we get compared to the regular GLE SUV. So to open up the rear tailgate, trunk, whatever you like to call it, you just lift that badge right up, and just like the regular SUV, the floor is massive. You're just sacrificing a little bit of height for the actual cargo space, but floor-wise, you fold the rear seats down 40-40-20, you're still fitting a 75-80-inch TV, just like in the regular SUV. We can open up this little secret storage compartment, and we have a little bit of secret storage around your spare tire. Both are really nice to have. A cargo net, which can hold your grocery bags in place so they're not just flying around. You can adjust the air suspension with the click of a button, even from the back seat. And it's an impressive back seat, guys. We can shut it up with the click of a button. You can also press that button to the right of it, so when the trunk closes, the entire vehicle locks up. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of this all-new 2024 Mercedes-Benz GLE 53 AMG Coupe, and it is a beautiful SUV. It is getting up there in price, but it has the performance to back it up. And speaking of performance, let's take this 2024 GLE 53 AMG out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we've just about seen everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2024 Mercedes-Benz GLE 53 AMG Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions though, in sport mode, the steering feels awesome. It doesn't feel as heavy as an X5M competition, but it does feel just as good as an X5 with the B58 inline turbo and the M Sport package. And that's really what this vehicle competes with. Not X5, X6, but basically the same exact thing. And for the money, yes, you are paying for it, but you get a much more premium vehicle out of it. Let's try it out in comfort mode real quick. We'll transition back into sport. I just want to see what the differences are in comfort. The exhaust immediately gets quieter, the steering gets lighter, but it's still noticeably heavier compared to the 450 we just reviewed in this channel. The 450 in sport felt, honestly, a little bit lighter than this car in comfort mode. So you get a much more sportier vehicle with the AMG, to be expected. I mean, you're paying an additional $15,000. It better be sportier, it better be something. But at the end of the day, it definitely is. The throttle response in comfort mode, it's sharp, but not as sharp as in Sport Plus. You get a good snarl from the exhaust, but again, not nearly as much as in Sport Plus. The ride quality though, unbelievable. Over the bump, it's like they're not even there. You don't hear anything outside of this vehicle, even without the dual pane windows. I wonder if the 63 has dual pane windows, or if Mercedes is kind of like BMW and they just give you a really thick single pane of glass. We'll try it out in Sport Plus real quick. The exhaust immediately gets a lot more aggressive over these bigger bumps. It's still a great ride quality. About third throttle. Oh my gosh. Good Lord, this thing just takes off. That was just a third throttle. The brakes feel good over the speed bump. You get a rev match downshift. But off the line, we'll try one out. Off the line, on the gas. Oh yeah. Oh, lightning quick shifts, guys. Oh my gosh. This thing has serious power. We'll turn around real quick, try out a real world turning radius as soon as this guy passes. Turning radius, the 450 had a good turning radius. This car also has a really good turning radius. On the gas. Oh gosh. Oh my god. Woo! This thing will blow the doors off of an X6. Not an M, of course, but it'll blow the doors off of an X6 with the M40 or just the B58 in general. And again, that is what this car competes with, an X6 with the M Sport package. Oh, hope you can pick it up on camera. We'll throw it back into comfort mode. Throwing it back in, you get a rev match downshift in sport, but comfort, immediately everything comes right down, making this a true best of all worlds luxury performance SUV. The heads-up display, large, right in the open. I actually prefer this over the BMW heads-up display, and prior to this, BMW had what was my favorite heads-up display in the business. Overall, guys, if you're looking for a luxury performance SUV, this is about the best you're gonna get when it comes to luxury while still keeping the high performance. There are more performance-oriented SUVs for the price point, but they will not feel as premium in the interior. There are more luxurious vehicles for this price point, but they're not gonna be this sporty. So for the overall balance, if you're looking for the luxury performance SUV, you don't wanna compromise on luxury, you don't wanna compromise on performance, I would definitely recommend checking out the 2024 Mercedes-Benz GLE 53 AMG. And check out the Coupe if you want the better styling. They're both two-row SUVs, so it's not like you're losing out on the third row. So if you prefer the cooler look in the back, you don't plan on putting pets in your trunk, you don't plan on putting 7-foot tall passengers in the back seat, check out the Coupe. And a big thanks to Crown Eurocars in St. Petersburg, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new premium performance vehicle in the St. Petersburg area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And huge thanks to all of you for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.